Iran right now is a schizophrenic society, torn between centuries-old Islamic tradition and the globalization of the 21st century. This country has one of the most youthful populations in the world. Today, a whopping 70% of Iran's population is under the age of 30. And many young people are being shaped by a high-tech world that Khomeini never dreamt of. Look at this internet cafe run by my cousin Kulak. It's in the heart of Tehran, and it's full of kids who can't get enough of American culture.
How did you get to CNN?
She's looking for CNN's website.
www.cnn.com.
Through internet you can find anything you like. I like music. I always go to the music parts and I like listening to it.
The outside world is coming into Iran, and not just on the internet. Bootleg American movies are readily available, and Layla watches them every week. What are the films you've seen recently?
Yeah, I saw Never Been Kissed, The Blair Witch Project.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Thomas Crown
yeah.
Affair.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I got it, but I haven't seen it.
You have a video dealer. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
a drug dealer when he comes here. I mean, he comes here and delivers what? Illicit bootleg
Yeah,
copies
usually
of...
like someone goes to the cinema and films it, and you rent them.
In fact, we were with Layla and a friend when the film dealer rang her bell.
Taxi for us.
Okay, you gotta run off.
What's happening? What's happening?
It's the film. He'll flip.
Yeah, but tell me what he's doing, who he is and what he's doing.
Okay, can I tell you later? He'll flip. Okay.
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 Go back up for a second.
Oh, God.
Why were you so scared when the guy came in to deliver the
No,
films?
well, it's because it's his job, and he's risking it because if he's caught, he's in trouble.
It seems Iranian television can't hope to compete with Hollywood. And it's the same thing at the bookstore. Goli Emami runs Zamine Books.
John Grisham, Jeffrey Archer, Sidney Sheldon, things like that as popular reading.
Danielle Steele.
Danielle Steele,
Yeah.
a lot. Danielle Steele, she has a section all by herself, which is...
Why?
Because women love her.
So what is the bestseller in your bookstore today?
I can tell you of some all-time bestsellers. For instance, like Men Are From Mars, Women From Venus.
That's amazing, because that's like a big deal in the States as well, that book.
It's been here also a big deal. Then, of course, you have
Oh my
your
God, Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, who has been very popular. We don't get any American films on our screens, you see, so we read about them.
Except on the bootlegged videos.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Now, here we have a book that's clearly about President Clinton and one of the low moments of recent American culture. There you have President Clinton's face, and this appears to be the Starr Report. I remember reading a couple of editorials here in the newspapers during that time, and people were basically saying, leave the guy alone.
Even here, yes, look, imagine, even here they said, leave him alone, let him do his job, even here. You know, so that's really something. I wish Mr. Starr would have listened.
But even as many Iranians grab their cultural freedoms, the double life they're leading is dangerous. People complain that even in your own homes, you know, you're afraid of the knock on the door, man.
Ask everybody. People who are having wedding parties are dead scared every time they have their wedding parties because the wedding party might be raided, interrupted, and people taken.
Even the most religious Iranians feel the pressure mounting. Psychology student Fatemeh Hayraju says the conservatives are misreading the Quran because, she says, the holy book guarantees personal liberty.
The Quran gives us freedom of choice. If the conservatives want to disagree with the idea of personal freedom, then they are against the essence of the Quran. But unfortunately, the conservatives are doing this in order to maintain their own power.
Somebody in the West looking at you with a chador on your face, obviously very religious, they might be surprised to hear what you're saying about the freedoms and the reforms that you want. Should they be surprised?
No, they shouldn't be surprised. The fact that I wear a hijab or some people wear a hijab should not imply that we do not want freedom, that we want restrictions.
But what happens if you don't get what you want?
The reform movement of President Khatami has started, and it cannot go back. How many people can the conservatives throw in jail? They can't jail the whole population of Iran, because all over the country, the reforms of Mr. Khatami have taken hold.
But those reforms are running up against a wall of resistance from men like Movahedi Savoji, a member of parliament and one of the hardest of all the hardliners. I've been talking to many, many Iranians since I've been here. I've talked to religious people, I've talked to more secular people, I've talked to young people, to old people, village people, city people. They say they want freedom of expression, freedom of political expression, they want political reform, and they say they've had enough of hardline conservatives like yourself.
Our people have been free since the revolution. Of course, I believe that Ms. Amanpour has spoken to a limited number of people.
Sir, every time I ask a hardliner, a conservative, this same question, they tell me that I'm asking and talking to the wrong people. 80% of the people of Iran voted twice in presidential elections and in municipal elections for reform and for freedom. So are you saying that 80% of the people of Iran don't know what they're talking about?
They voted for Khatami because they hoped he could solve the economic problems. In other words, they didn't vote for Khatami so that he would bring political changes.
To me, you sound slightly out of touch. Everybody we talk to says they want freedom. And if they don't get their freedom, there's going to be an explosion in Iran. There's too much pressure building. Do you accept that? Even if the hardliners appear to be in deep denial, they face a generation that won't be denied.